I gotta share this story with you. This was crazy. A lot of you guys saw where yesterday I was inspecting this huge house. There's over 11,000 total square feet. The property is on 102 acres, and it was just a beautiful place, right? So the homeowners are named Mary and Jay. They're an older couple, but they're very sweet, very active. When I say older, they're just older than me, but they are certainly very active. They own this property. It's just beautiful. So Mary started off telling me about the house, but then she said, Jonathan, go ahead and do your thing, measure the house, right? Which is best. Leave me alone, let me do my thing. Now, they had a Dalmatian, and the Dalmatian's dog was, her name rather, was China. China was sweet, and she took a liking to me, so she's going with me around this house. And she's following me, and every time she saw a little critter, then she would chase it, right? And then she'd come back and she'd hang around, you know, but she was really nice. I went around this entire house. I went through the front and the back on the outside measuring. I measured around the back and I made my way back around the front. And in the back door, there was an open door, I remember, because Mary said, hey, I'll leave this door open when you're ready to come on in, just come on in. So I go around front. This place is huge. Most of it is all on one level, so the house is actually pretty long. And all of a sudden, China goes chasing after something that is behind my car, right? And I'm like, okay, she's chasing a critter. But then I see these long legs on the other side of my car. And then all of a sudden comes out this four-legged creature that China's chasing, and it looks like a hyena. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. There are no hyenas in North America. They're all in Africa. But that thing was big and it looked just like a hyena. And it just kind of scuttled off. And you know how hyenas run and it looks like their butt is low? It ran off just like that. I took off the other way, the other direction, all the way around that house, full sprint. And I'm like, oh my God, these people are gonna think I'm crazy. I'm running into their house. But yes, lo and behold, I just ran right inside that door. I knew that door was open and I closed it. And I'm like, Mary, I'm so sorry. I know I'm gonna sound crazy appraising your house, but I just saw something that looked like a hyena. And she's looking at me like, what? Now, Mary is very sweet and she's kind of laughing. She's not poking fun at me. And Jay, you know, they're taking this serious. So they're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So then Jay, they were like, where's China? I'm like, China's out there chasing that thing around. I don't know where she is, right? But I'm inside safe. So anyway, in my mind, I'm thinking, I know this is crazy because there are no hyenas. And it turns out that Jay actually has done photography all over Africa of wild animals. And so he's like, I know animals. And he tried to say, well, maybe it was a bear. And I'm like, well, no, I've grown up in Colorado. I know what a bear looks like. And it turns out they actually have alpacas. And if you saw my video from yesterday, you saw me hanging out with the alpacas, right? And I was like, no, it's not an alpaca because the neck and all that. I'm like, I know what an alpaca, I might have said it was a llama, but no, this would look like a hyena. So anyway, Jay goes outside, he's looking around. I'm like, Jay, be careful, man, because this thing, if it's a wild animal, it's gonna come get you. You don't have any protection. But he's feeling all safe and he calls around. Now, Mary actually did go around the front because she was looking for China. And she said she heard something growl that did not sound like a dog or anything like that. But she didn't see anything, but she heard a growling noise. So nonetheless, obviously, this is a funny story, right? And I went to church later on and I was telling some of the folks at church, I was like, man, I got this crazy story. Y'all just gonna laugh. I know y'all, trust me, I know it sounds crazy. And I know I didn't see a hyena because it doesn't make sense, but it looked just like a hyena. There was no other animal other than that. So that was yesterday. Today I'm plugging away. I got some food on the grill. I'm doing a little bit of work just prepping for tomorrow. And Mary calls me and she says, Jonathan, guess what? See, Mary has a few people that work on her property with the animals. And she asked around and it turns out that somebody else saw this creature. This brown creature. Whatever it is, they just never told her because for whatever reason, they never said anything, right? So I'm like, oh yes, that means I'm not crazy in my head because I'm telling you, I was thinking maybe I saw something, I'm going crazy, I've been out in the sun too long. I don't know what it is. I know I saw something, but it was confirmed there were other sightings. But guess what? So then my son Daniel, he's just frantically YouTubing, and he finds the link to a story of a creature that was found in Maryland, and he shows me the video, and that is the creature. I was like, that's it, Daniel. That's it right there. So I called Mary back. Mary, guess what? I found a video, and it shows an image. It has a picture. They have live video of this thing, and it is exactly like the one that I saw. So I feel better. I'm not crazy. This sighting was in Maryland. I was in Virginia, but they're in close proximity, and those animals can travel for miles and miles. You just never know. Maybe there's more than one. Who knows? I feel better today, to be honest with you. Y'all have a good day and stay safe.